Yes, which, again, a lot of people, particularly when the game first came out and still 7 years later, we're talking about the hurt box on Mewtwo, right? About the fact that the character is so easy to get those hits on, about the fact that Mewtwo's got to really position himself carefully to not get hit by quite swingy hitboxes. But, and particularly against a character like Steve, where let's just say the designers were fairly generous on a lot of those hitboxes, it does mean that Anbil's spacing is going to have to be particularly sharp if he is not going to get hit by some utter shenanigans. But again, Anbil, like you said earlier on, absolute student of the game, has got those game plans ready. And if there's one character he is going to have that game plan ready for, it is going to be Steve. And I'm hoping that down smash is going to wake up Crepe Salee a little bit, because that was a dominant start to this first game.
Yeah, I mean, even just the small things that Anbil's already done in this first stock alone, using the Shadow Ball and the TNT to blow it up to get through the wall, like reflecting the minecart to put Crepe Salee in it himself, that is such good knowledge from Anbil, and we're only in game one, basically stock one. And he's doing such a good job of dodging these small things. But wow, a good air dodge, trying to dodge the forward air. Unfortunately, he'll kill himself, but Crepe Salee does the exact same.
I was going to say, that worked out quite well. It feels like maybe Crepe Salee was either going for that forward air or possibly the footstool afterwards, but then just sort of sailed to his death. A nice little donation there, but Anbil going to take that every day of the week, and is now an entire stock up against Crepe Salee. And the one thing that Anbil is particularly sharp on is his advantage state. He knows Mewtwo combos like the back of his hand, arguably better, I would say. But it's amazing how, look at that, right? The B reverse to catch that, and just the down smash out of nowhere. Gonna catch Crepe Salee, and a back air deceptively strong. Wow. Going to intercept, and Anbil with an incredibly strong start here in this game one.
That was so aggressive, so brilliant. Every option, he just had the answer immediate for it. There was even just small things like messing up Crepe Salee's timing by stalling in the midair with that side B, and then just being able to capitalize so well off it. Honestly, from that first game, you would have assumed Anbil was the #1 player in Europe at a point.
Honestly, I mean, and this is the thing with Anbil as well. This is the kind of, he would have seen that, he would have had Crepe Salee in his path, and there would have been the game plan ready. There would have been the homework done. There would have been the VODs looked at. This man is very, very dedicated to just doing as well as he can, and he is not the kind of player to just go out, work it out on the day. Not when you're wanting to get to the top of the mountain, as so many of these players are. But it's going to be down to Crepe Salee to find a solution. Oh, and I love that tech there from Anbil, but Crepe just managing to get another hit, a little bit of mining as well. And we can see right now, Anbil keeping it real close at the moment. Going to be able to get another back air as well. For how slow that tail moves, it's such a deceptively strong hitbox, killing at 100% off the side of the stage. And Anbil once again with a slight lead here.
Yeah, like you said, that back air, the animation would not lead you to believe how strong it is. But we'll need to see Anbil get through this massive wall of blocks. Of course, Mewtwo's quite big, so you're going to have to get rid of at least 2 rows of it. But the combos are just so good. That 60% already catches the jump off of ledge. And now Anbil dancing around Crepe Salee catches the roll in with that down smash. And it just seems like Anbil's got a grasp on everything that Crepe Salee wants to do right now.
Yeah, and it's scary to think that defensive habits are already being called out as hard as this at the moment. But that's the thing with Anbil, right? Is that Anbil is so good. When he's got that knowledge, he is willing to go for those callouts. But the up tilt to back air, a fresh back air, nonetheless, gonna take that stock. However, a diamond is available, and Crepe, what have you got here? Up tilt at 0, 48% on the board. Love that little stall there with both the minecart and the Anvil, just to stay in place to get that extra hit, and just, weaving around, tempting the idea of throwing out that shadow ball. But a down air at a disadvantage is going to take that stock. Another deceptively strong move here from Mewtwo, and is going to secure that second stock. But we're going to see it once again. Another lovely few pieces there. 60% already on the board here, Kiwi.
Yeah, that B reverse with the Shadow Ball just to dodge the option that Crepe Salee wanted to go for, so he could continue his advantage state. Just small bits of movement like that. You just saw it again there. Crepe Salee able to catch on and finally swings the back air, but he was just a bit low on resources before. We'll see if Anbil can close out this game too. If he goes up 2-0, this is huge for him.
Yeah, however, diamonds, of course, are on deck and are going to be proving useful here. So much extra damage. However, oh, the block just intercepting that throw on the Shadow Ball, and this is where it needs to make the most of it, Crep. 52%, nice little 3-4 piece going at the moment. Another back air, basically evening it out, and just making sure that the teleport is off the table, and a really clutch neutral air from Anbil, nearly getting rid of the Anvil, and the up tilt back air, stunning DI there from Anbil. You can die so early to that move, and we can see the fear being installed, and yeah, it's you have to get hit by it at some point, and just Crep basically keeping the fear alive in Anbil's heart and securing that game 2 with a really strong comeback, I've got to say.
Yeah, I mean, Crep at the end there, it threw everything at Anbil, and he just finally got the answer at the end, through the minecart, through the down air, and then, of course, that back air as well. The diamond is just so strong. I believe we might be seeing a stage switch here, given that we went back to this menu. I'm going to be interested to see where we go. It seems Smashville will be the option of choice. Anbil not wanting to give Creps too much room to move around, it seems.
Yeah, this has been the thing with the way that Anbil plays, is that these call-outs in advantage state and being able to keep Crep at the ledge and above him for so long is really going to work. And having that giant center platform to hide underneath as well means that any of those anvils at a disadvantage, and being able to catch those landings becomes way easier for him to sort of be able to push it further and further, as we've seen. But again, I like the fact that also we are seeing the stage switch in general. I think a lot of people have that idea of, the not necessarily honor, I think that's a bit too strong, but the whole mentality of, right, I can win on PS2, it'll be easier on another stage, but I can win on PS2. But at the end of the day, you're competing at top level. This is like, there's money on the line, there's pride on the line, there's rankings on the line, and so on and so forth. Like, take every advantage that you can get, because at the end of the day, that's what the stage list is there for. But we are seeing at the moment that Creps Salee more than happy to scrap around these platforms. An incredibly strong start, 83% on the board, and just using that jab to get away from the confusion. Real excellent stuff here from Crep, trying to get another conversion there, but almost using the advantages that we spoke about against Anbil. And what a call out with the up smash, just catching the jump away. Not quite enough at the moment, though.
Yeah, I mean, Creps already has been going on a fireworks show, blowing up that TNT just to throw off Anbil as to what he might be doing. Of course, the back air, though, that is forever. The gold back air is so fast and so strong, and Creps actually gets hit with the disable, but an unfortunate break into a buffered air dodge means that Crep is up huge in this third game.
And I was going to say, it's so tricky when you're already at that disadvantage, when you're already trying to make those mental adjustments. It's so tricky to have to deal with an SD as well. Maybe Anbil deciding to use this game for information, but a wonderful call out on the roll there, just getting caught by that F smash. And again, these jabs are doing so well for Crep, just knowing that he's got that option available, but the back air through there and almost hitting the blocks, keeping Anbil in that state of down smash, extending the hitbox for a little bit longer, but just enough to get hit by the back air. Very strong 3-stock here from Crep. Not what you want to see if you're Anbil.
No, I think Anbil's going to take the second now to really think about what stage he wants to go to. He might be thinking, hey, I've done so well on PS2 those 2 games, I might go back, because clearly Smashville, well, he has a plan, it was just not able to be executed on this one time. Which is, it's unfortunate to see for him, but Crep has really just turned it on. I mean, even after he read the roll of that forward smash, he taunted. He's clearly got his head in the game now. He's not getting upset by Mewtwo. That character's bad.
I play top tiers and top tiers only, damn it. Yeah, it's wild to see the level of adjustment that we have seen from Crep. And again, maybe a little bit assisted by that SD, but certainly a very strong 3-stock, and it is really going to be down to Anbil to dig a little bit deeper and to see what he can pull out. Again, 2 more games he is going to need to continue his run into the winner's side of things. Meanwhile, Crep just taking his time, picking his music, getting himself in those ideal conditions where he can secure that 4th game and make his way to fight Chag for a top 8 winners qualifier. But small battlefield is the stage pick here. Same as PS2, just that little bit smaller. Pocket sized, all good to go. Game 4.
Yeah, I understand Anbil not wanting to give Steve the resources on PS2, but after that Smashville game, I'm just not too sure if the close quarters is helping him or harming him, especially as Creps is just bringing all these incredibly fast hitboxes around, and Anbil just doesn't really have the space to get away from it right now.
It's a real tricky one, right? Because the thing is against Steve is that you think sometimes, okay, well, I want that smaller stage. I want to be able to, run in on him when he's trying to mine his resources so that I can get that pressure and so on and so forth. But then you actually start scrapping with him and it's like, hang on, I didn't want to go anywhere near you. Oh, and that's just,
Oh.
yeah, no stalling. No amount of stalling is going to help there, particularly with that stone block at the top as well. Just going to be losing out. And Diamond is already here as well, and we're going to see if Crepe has got that. Just about misses the land on that last platform, only getting 92%. Poor Steve, but it's such a
Yeah.
strong start again for Crepe, and getting the diamond early as well is going to put Anbil at such a disadvantage.
Yeah, Anbil just peppering him here with these small shadow balls so that he doesn't have the opportunity to mine, but when he's already got the diamond on the board like this, I don't think Creps too bothered about that. He's got such a big lead that he's sure he'll find it at a point, but roll behind F smash, and Crepe has turned what looked like it could be a potential upset into not even close.
I was going to say, you would not believe how the first game went when you're seeing it like this. And again, the diamond being there so early, going to manage to get that disable out to secure that first stock. But another diamond is available as well. And Anbil just trying to feign some movement here with the shadow balls. 50% could get something started here. However, it's just so tricky against once those up tilt start coming out. You just need to wait for your opportunity to roll away, but then all of that pressure that you try to exert is just gone, and nearly got the call out with the forward smash. However, not quite just yet, and the reflector waiting for it to connect. It's been something that we've seen Anbil go for a couple of times, and it finally working out in his favor. Such a strong hitbox made even stronger, and Anbil, little bit of a chance here, Kiwi.
Yeah, this game could potentially still go his way if he is on point, gets the up air into forward air, 77% on to Crepe Salee, but the back air goes through, and that back air will seal it. Crepe Salee able to take it 3-1 over Anbil. There was so much potential there, but gold back air will just snuff him out when he's at his hottest.
Such a wild hitbox as well. It almost felt like Anbil had that perfect spacing just that little bit further away where I didn't think the back air was going to hit. But again, some generous Minecraft fans giving Steve some very, very strong hitboxes, very large hitboxes as well, allowing for that back air to connect and sealing his way into a winners qualifier against Chad Crepe Salee. Bit of a shaky game one and some moments of brilliance from Anbil. It was so clear that he had done his research, but when you've got download speeds as fast as Crepe, it's so difficult to keep up.